Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Loud Laughter podcast. Today we have two exciting things. Number one, and most importantly, we have a very special guest, Nemo.
Hello.
Yay. You're likely familiar with his platform, but if not, we're going to have him do a little intro. And second of all, it's our first video episode. So we're so honored that you join us.
Yeah, pleasure to be here.
Very grateful.
Yeah, so Nemo is a famous Mormon content creator, very famous from the UK. So today we're going to be talking about British Mormonism and just having some fun laughs. So Nemo, is there anything that you want to tell us about yourselves before we get started? About yourself, one of you, before we get started?
I don't like talking about myself famously, but I'm here to have a laugh. So
great. Yeah. Okay, well, we're super excited. All right, so we're going to ask Nemo some rapid fire questions about British Mormonism. And then at the end, he is going to quiz us on Britishisms, British words, slang, whatever. And we are also going to attempt to recite his favorite scripture in a British accent. And he will give us his opinion on how well we did.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So this podcast is laughter and cringe.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. I embarrass myself a lot on the podcast, mispronouncing words. We have a segment called Molly Mormon Moments, which is the most embarrassing thing that you have done as a Mormon. Like the most Mormon thing you've ever done. Sophia, if you have a Molly Mormon moment, we'd welcome that for sure. Sophia famously poured out, or attempted to pour a bottle of Coca-Cola that our cousin was about to drink because he was about to partake of caffeine.
I see. Yeah. That's a problem.
Mm-hmm. And
I almost dumped it out. I got too scared. I fell prey to the temptations of the devil, and I went back on it.
She sure did. To choose the right.
Yeah. Yeah. So we welcome cringe around here. Okay. It's a space of healing, really. So no inhibitions.
All right. Yeah. That's a dangerous game.
True.
Sure is.
Okay, so our first question, we talked to Nemo a little bit about this before, but we want to tell our audience where the pseudonym Nemo came from.
Okay. Nemo is Latin for nobody. And the idea of my channel was that it wasn't about me. It was about kind of addressing the facts, fact-checking things, looking through it. But eventually, what I've discovered with social media is it always becomes about you as the content creator. People aren't going to watch unless they kind of develop a bit of a relationship with you. So, unfortunately, I had to start, having a personality, which was difficult, but I managed to develop one sufficiently for an online audience.
That's awesome. Yeah, I feel like I've heard people say that like part of British culture is being like very understated and sort of like humble. So I feel like that does go along. That's a British characteristic of yours.
Yeah, that is how we do it. We don't like to brag or boast or anything like that.
Cool. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm curious, from what you've observed, was the church culture in Britain very different from the church culture in America?
My window into church culture in America is very much contact with missionaries, time spent over here briefly, and just conversations with Americans. But it's very different. It's different in that here I went for a walk where I'm staying down in Utah County, and I walked past 4 or 5 meeting houses within a couple of miles. Whereas the town of 80,000 people that I grew up in had one. And it shared it with another town as well. And people would come from like neighboring towns. It's quite a few different little towns that all came to the one meeting house in where I grew up. So the scale of things for a start and how embedded it is into the fabric of everything around here. So I'm walking around. I mean, Salt Lake City feels pretty secular these days, but you leave it and everything is just church related. Like I went into, I was in Provo, went into a little supermarket, and there's like an inspiration card, which has just got like postcards of Jesus and little Christuses for sale and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just, you would not see that in the UK at all. Yeah. That's not a thing.
I feel like the US in general is more religious, but especially Utah, like when you go to Costco, for example, have you been to Costco before? Do they have that in the UK?
We have it in the UK. I've had a very cheap hot dog. Yeah.
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 They're pretty good for how cheap they are, I think.
Suspiciously good.
Yeah. But yeah, when you go to Costco, like they have different products for different regions. And I live in the Boston area. So whenever I go to Utah, I'm also shocked by seeing like Mormon, books, like being sold, like Deseret book kind of stuff being sold at Costco, and like huge paintings of Jesus and stuff like that. Yeah. They know their market.
Well, yeah, and that is the thing. It is just about the market, right? There's people to sell it to here. There's people that will buy it, so it's getting sold. But it's strange because you can very easily imagine someone here not having any friends that aren't Mormon. And living very much in a bubble, whereas I grew up with a lot of friends who weren't and spent a lot of time with people that weren't. So that's a benefit, definitely, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Not being kind of
totally
stuck in.
Do you feel like you were the most religious person like in your school in general, or were there other religious people there of different religions?
There were other religious people there. So a lot of Muslims in my school. Particularly my sort of, I guess you call it middle school here, was in an area of town that was near the mosque. And so there was like what do you call them? Ethnic enclaves, I guess, where you essentially have like Chinatowns and things like that. So around the mosque, a lot of Muslims live on those sort of streets nearby. So they send all their kids to that local school. So I met a lot of Muslim kids. But I think I was the most zealously religious. I've talked about it before, but I wasn't allowed to do religious studies at school because I was too combative.
Really? Wow. So they barred you from...
Yeah. So I was like, you just can't do this class because your teacher can't cope with how like just full on you are. Like, yeah. I was a very zealous Mormon.
Wow. Yeah. What kind of religious classes did you get barred from? Like historical, or how does that work?
So our religious class was all just in one. So we would be taught about lots of different world religions, things like that. And it was all fine until we got to Christianity. And then they're like, well, all Christians believe in the Trinity. I was like, how dare you? And that's where it started. And I kicked off. And I think at one point I almost managed to get the missionaries to come into class. I think that was So we want to talk about like cringe Mormon moments, and mine was trying to get Mormon missionaries to come in.
The most Molly Mormon moment.
Is getting missionaries to come into my school.
Wow. And did they come in?
No, it wasn't allowed in the end.
Man.
Yeah, which is in hindsight a very good move by the school. That's kind of how I almost managed to shoehorn like proselytizing into a class at school. That's pretty wild. So when people ask why I'm so like intense about the church and things like that, I always have been. It's not a new thing. That's just part of the personality the church built in me, I guess. And you get used to being a lot louder with it because there's people to be loud to. Whereas there are people here that will be loud. I mean, it's no surprise that Americans are loud generally. But
our podcast is quite literally called Loud Laughter.
Yeah. Which I feel like that's a very American coded instruction in the temple.
True.
Really?
To be like, refrain from loud laughter. Brits are like, well, we're not laughing loudly.
We're not
so what are you talking about?
No, that was always a point of anxiety for me because I've got a cackle.
Yeah.
I've got quite the cackle. So.
Yeah, I was like, well, is it any laughter or is it just a... Because if it's just
that's too loud.
What's the decibel?
You're gonna have to cut it down.
That categorizes this as loud,
or is it duration of laughter as well? Like you can say, if I laugh for too long, does it count?
A really long, quiet chuckle might also be bad.
It gets you in trouble.
Yeah. That's really so funny.
No, because that really, like, genuinely has been a point of anxiety. So coming from a culture where that's
not a thing.
Not a thing. No. I wouldn't have to worry about that. But,
so we're all just like, oh, okay, that's fine. Move on.
So funny.
Done. Easy. Well, my bishop used to say to me about tithing, he said it's the only commandment you can ever guarantee that you're fully keeping because it's numerical. I was like, as long as you're paying the right amount, then you're definitely good with it. I was like, that's an interesting point. But also, loud laughter. There's some people in my congregation with no discernible sense of humor. So I think there's no risk that they are laughing loudly at anything. They are deficient in humor, I think.
That's so funny. Well, they'll know that they're always going to keep that commandment then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it was no trouble for them.
We have a Scottish uncle, and he has the greatest sense of humor, but he famously does not laugh. So very dry, very witty, but completely deadpan. He's someone that I think of that's certainly not in danger of breaking the loud laughter commandment.
But that's gone now.
It is gone.
Yeah, it is gone.
That is true.
Generations have been saved from repressing that laughter.
They have it, guys.
When did that go away? Do we know?
Cackle louder.
A couple of years ago.
Okay, that's recent. I know it was part of it when I was endowed.
Yeah, same.
But recently it has been removed.
2023 is the number that's coming to mind. That's all I'll say. It was those changes then. They got rid of that. They changed a couple of other things. Yeah, they changed it a lot. For an everlasting covenant, it doesn't half change regularly.
Yeah.
But,
everlasting and ever evolving.
Indeed. Continuing revelation.
Yeah.
True.
Oh yeah. That's good stuff.
So Brits may not have a problem with loud laughter. I have a question about something they might have a problem with.
Good segue.
That is tea. I'm wondering. So tell us about the tea culture in England, and was that a difficult commandment to keep, or did you just do herbal tea? Did people think that was weird? Because I imagine everyone's drinking tea.
Herbal tea is not allowed.
Herbal tea is not allowed?
About? It's a hot drink. What? I don't know what nonsense you're justifying, but it's warm and goes in you. So
if you have tepid tea, that's okay.
Yeah, exactly. Cold brew, fine.
Iced tea.
Yeah, I mean, we could spend a lot of time on the circular logic of the word of wisdom and the ways in which it's been said to mean this or that. But tea culture in the UK is big, really big. I was surprised when I came over here by the lack of kettles. I've seen deeply disturbing and upsetting video footage of Americans microwaving water, and it bothers me greatly.
You guys can't see this, but I do have a kettle on my stove.
Oh, very good.
Oh, good.
So
lovely. Yeah.
I'm going to have to get one of those.
That's a moment of non-embarrassment for me today. There will be some embarrassment to come. But
yeah, so I remember my first Thrive conference I did. It was like an ex-Mormon conference. I gave a presentation and I started with instructions on how to make tea properly.
Oh, nice.
I said, before we get into anything else, this is the most important thing you will learn today. And then I just started with that. And I got pictures of me in my kitchen putting a tea bag in.
That's awesome.
Because I knew how to make a cup of tea, even though I didn't drink it. Because it was just so around. Like at work, it would like tea breaks was regularly, and different people would take in turns to go to the kitchen and make tea for everyone, then bring it back, and they knew how everyone liked it, and it was the amount of sugar they wanted, or milk, or this or that. And everyone had a mug on their desk, and I was seen as quite odd as the person at work that didn't want a tea or a coffee. I got called the camel at one point because they doubted that I hydrated.
Oh my gosh. So tea is a form of hydration. I guess that makes sense.
Brits would be deeply, deeply dehydrated if we didn't drink the amount of tea that we did.
That's so
I drink a lot of water, like a lot.
Yeah.
And especially when I'm out here because it's so dry.
It is.
The lack of humidity is deeply upsetting.
It is.
True.
Yeah, you have to like, we're from Florida originally.
Oh, okay.
And so extremely
very humid.
And moving here, the amount of lotion that I purchased just
like that moisturizer
brings the bill up. So
yeah. So you weren't into like chamomile tea, any of that?
No.
Interesting.
I do now have a fondness for peppermint tea.
Ooh, me too.
And green tea. But I've never been able to get into sort of black tea generally. Fun fact, the reason we use milk is because during the war, the tea that we had, we needed it still, but the quality of it got so bad that we basically the government encouraged us to add milk to it to make it drinkable.
Wow.
And then that's kind of stuck.
Wow, that's so interesting.
The case.
I enjoy milk and tea. That's funny though. That's where it came from.
Yeah. It's just to make it somewhat palatable. Otherwise, you're meant to drink tea. Just as is. But I can't deal with coffee. Coffee is burnt nut water, and you won't change my mind.
All right.
I mean,
I won't try it.
It's like,
it's grim.
You know, some people like it.
It's like someone took my hot chocolate and ruined it.
Yeah. That's so funny.
I shouldn't have such hot takes on that sort of stuff, but
No, it's fine. Hot takes on hot drinks.
This is a safe space. Hot takes on hot drinks. I think we should have them. We were raised to have hot drinks in such a central place of our minds that most people wouldn't. So at least for me, I've become analytical and thoughtful about pretty much everything, but also these random topics. So I think part of being Mormon is having some really random hot takes. And I think that's all right. So
that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Very true. Okay. Also, I would say there's a stereotype that British people drink a lot, especially teenagers.
Yeah.
Is that true? And was that difficult growing up?
Yeah, I was very good at keeping that. I didn't drink, never drank. But at parties and things, I would avoid parties because there was drinking there and things like that. So we would just avoid that sort of stuff. I was very avoidant, generally, socially, when it came to keeping the rules. Just kind of stay away from it all. Or if I was there, just sitting there self-righteously, clutching my soft drink or whatever it was. Avoiding getting it spiked. Because people will just come along and just put alcohol in your drink if you're not watching it.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
That's so scary.
That's really scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. I once gave a Book of Mormon to a friend while they were drunk at a party.
Really?
Another Molly Mormon moment. Yep. Yep. Really good friend of mine. We're really good friends to this day. But I gave him this Book of Mormon and I wrote my testimony in it. It was so heartfelt. Yeah. And then I found out later he was drunk and it was just the biggest betrayal. Obviously he was drunk. We were at a party. What did I think was going to happen? But yeah, I found out there was drinking going on at the party. And so I did what I was told to do. If you're ever in a situation, you call your parents and they'll get you out of it. Right. So first I went to my friends and I was like, dude, so-and-so is drinking. And they were like, oh no. What? So then I'm like, the parents need to know about this. It was the parents' alcohol.
You
didn't care either.
They didn't.
So then I called my dad.
Care.
No, I was such a snitch. This is my worst Molly Mormon moment. So I totally snitched on everyone. Then I call my dad and I'm like, Dad, they're drinking here. Come get me. But yeah, that's the story of how I shared the gospel, didn't get drunk, snitched.
Nice.
Yeah.
I had a really good friend who was Baptist. I chased him down the street with a copy of the Book of Mormon and made him take it. He's still a really good friend today.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Still a very devout Baptist.
Oh, there you go.
Didn't change his mind on that one. Yeah.
It's so funny. There's a street that I was taking photos with some friends yesterday, and there's a street in Salt Lake because I served at Temple Square, and it's just right below Capitol Hill. And every time I drive past, I'm like, and that's where I chased a lady. Unfortunately. That's where I chased a lady almost to her home and then realized
what you were doing.
This is really bad.
Yeah.
This is really bad.
How unhinged that behavior is to chase a woman.
Yes, really bad.
Yeah.
I was training though, and when you're training a missionary, you have this extra gusto and I have to be the best example of what to do. And we also had a saying in my mission, unfortunately, I think I coined it. The first thought that you have is the Holy Ghost. The second one is Satan. So when you have a thought,
that's a recipe for a complete lack of impulse control.
Laughter.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's so true.
It was okay, so if you have a thought I should share the gospel with so-and-so person, but then you have a thought ooh, that's not really socially acceptable. Satan, do it anyway.
Okay, I have a question then, right? Because this works when you're having righteous thoughts.
Yeah.
But we've all had unrighteous thoughts.
Right.
And that's still the first thought that comes to mind. So what was your mental gymnastics to be like, well, no, that one's actually Satan, even though it's the first thought? The first thought was, I really want to kiss that cute missionary. And you're like, and then the thought comes along, oh no, but I shouldn't.
Right.
That's Satan. That second thought,
so
Satan. So you better go tongue that guy. And
I wish that would have made my mission more fun.
Right.
And
if you followed that advice.
I wish I'd had different mental gymnastics because I did have the filter of does this align with the gospel and the rules? If so, it's from God.
Right. Okay. So
but if I'd skipped a few steps, I would have had more fun.
Yeah. But if your first thought is something you shouldn't do, then you just forget that other rule you forget it because you're like, well, this doesn't align.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
Mormons are so good at mental gymnastics. Just incredible at it.
Really, really good. Really good. She's got a very flexible brain.
Yeah. So, Nemo, I listened to your Mormon stories recently, your episode from back in 2020.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It was interesting because I hadn't watched it before, but I've seen all of your videos with Mormon stories. I mean, not all of them, probably
the
most of them.
Stuff.
Yeah, and those were great. So you talked a lot in the Mormon stories about just the youth dance culture and YSA dances. Honestly, it sounded way more fun than our experience in Florida. where there also weren't that many members, but we didn't travel as much as you guys did.
Oh, yeah.
So it was like always the same people at the dances.
Yeah.
It was kind of
we traveled up and down the country. Like,
that was so cool.
Hundreds of miles to go to things. It was, yeah, I don't know if I told John about this one where we went all the way down to Wales. So the UK is made up of 4 separate countries. Just fun fact for the people that don't know. And one of them is Wales, technically a principality, but it's a constituent country of then the whole country. So we drove there, which took about 3 hours to get there. Went to this dance and drove 3 hours back the same night to go to this UV one, I think it was, which was great fun. Covered ourselves in UV paint.
So 2 dances in one?
No, the one dance.
Okay,
yeah, just the one dance. But yeah, with UV paint and all that fun stuff.
Oh, fun.
They put that on. My friend, I won't name her, but she was so used to just putting an address in her sat-nav and going to dances that she didn't know where she was in the country at any given time. And so she embarrassed herself at a dance once by saying, they were saying, "Oh, we're waiting for the people from the north to get here." She's like, "Well, we're in the north, aren't we?" Like, no, we're almost on the south coast, actually. So.
No
That's
substances,
so
by the way, just pure.
Yeah. But
love
she's
for
just
the game.
she's just like, right, I'm going to put an address in and go because this is the next dance that's on. So that's a 2-hour drive to that one, and there's people that are going to drive 4 hours at least together, and then go back. So we had this tradition of going to a McDonald's, or there's a place called Big John's in Birmingham we used to go to a lot. These sort of late night fast food places. Everyone would then go from the dance. When that would finish, we'd go there, and then people would kind of peel off. You get the people going, "Oh, we got a long drive," whatever. But the people who didn't quite have so long a drive, and then just McDonald's culture was a big thing. Which is why after my excommunication, we went to McDonald's.
Oh, nice.
Because I was like, it's a church event.
Yeah.
Now we got to traditionally go to McDonald's, which is not good for your health, but great for the soul sometimes.
But you need something. You need something, right?
And it's open late.
Yeah, we would do temple trips in Florida because the closest temple, so this is a lot less fun because there's no party involved, but we go on temple trips to Orlando, about 3-4 hour drive. And then, back in the same day, but the highlight was stopping for food on the way back.
Yeah.
We would go to Golden Corral most of the time, like all of us.
Corral.
Yeah, have you been there?
No.
It's very American.
Do you have it here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but you wouldn't
It's very cheap. It's a buffet, so all you can eat. There's the Utah version is like Chuckarama, I think, which I think is a terrible name.
I saw one of those. I was coming down the I-15 earlier today, and I saw something called Chuckarama, and it doesn't sound appetizing.
No, I really am surprised that they have such success with such a
terrible
vomity sounding.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm puzzled by that.
Yeah, like a kid's just been on a roller coaster and eaten too quickly, and it's like, I'm going to Chuckarama. Use it in a sentence. It's that, I think.
No, exactly.
That's basically what it is.
So the Golden Corral rolls are really good. I was craving those last night out of nowhere. I was like to my boyfriend, I was like, we need to schedule a time to go to Golden Corral. I don't want anything else that they have, but I need the roll and the honey butter.
Okay. And honey butter.
Okay. Yeah, have you had honey butter?
No.
It's just butter mixed with honey. So good.
It's a Utah staple, really.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the same vein as green jello, or
fry sauce. I would say it's similar to fry sauce. Have you had fry sauce?
I have had fry sauce.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I love it. I love fry sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's ketchup and mayo with something else, probably.
Mm-hmm. I think that what Utah does best in terms of food, first of all, like there are so many immigrants that come here from other countries, and their food is outstanding, obviously. 5 stars every time. But the American cuisine from the Mormon tradition, they do baked goods very well. They are sweet, obviously. But the baked goods, the honey
for taking
butter,
to neighbors.
That kind of thing. That culture is very strong. So if there's
Mormons make killer brownies, is that what we're saying?
Yes, that is correct.
Because I've not tried any, so
they're good. But I wouldn't go to like a crumble.
A what now?
A crumble.
What's a crumble?
Crumble is a cookie company.
Well, again, you guys need to sort out your names because crumbling as a cookie is not a good thing.
Yeah, you don't want it to crumble.
You don't want it to crumble.
They do crumble. That's why I don't like them.
It needs some structural integrity so you can eat it.
Yeah, it should be called like gooey or something.
Or call it dust. Like, okay, cool. Come and have what was once a cookie until you picked it up and it fell apart in your hands. Like, is that the product that you really want to sell?
Yeah.
Like, it's not melt in the mouth, it's crumble in the hands. Yeah. You're just left eating bits.
True.
It's true. So I wouldn't recommend that. If you're going for baked goods, you can go to like a Shirley's Bakery. They have really excellent orange
Kneaders.
rolls.
I've seen Kneaders around.
Is good.
Okay, that's a good name, right?
Yeah,
right there.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
right. Shirley's is fine. There's a lady named Shirley.
I'm sure. She's lovely.
Bakery.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Fat Daddies.
Fat Daddies.
He's probably a dude called Fat Daddy.
Yeah.
Makes good pizza.
He'll make you a Fat Daddy. So Nemo has to head out soon, so we gotta rush through the ending. But no, you're good. One of my last questions is, what was your favorite part about being Mormon in England?
You know, Mormons love a good persecution complex.
Mm-hmm.
You get to dial that up to 11 when you're like the only Mormon kid in your school.
Oh yeah,
that's so true.
You get to really feel like a sort of oppressed and very marginalized person, which just makes you feel even more correct about your worldview.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because it's very much the attitude of, oh, well, if everyone was doing it, it wouldn't be special.
Mm-hmm.
And we still have people to convert. We have people to bring into the fold, all that sort of stuff. Whereas I can imagine growing up surrounded by it, you're kind of like, okay, it's sort of job done, I suppose. Or it can feel like. Whereas you felt very pioneery. You felt like you were on the frontier of something still.
Totally.
Yeah. Is there pride? Because I think that England was like one of the first missions. Mm-hmm. Like, I think Brigham Young went to England.
Oh, loads of them did.
Yeah. So is there pride in that too? That it was like it took part in the early days of the church?
There was at one point more members of the church living in the UK than there were in America. Right in the early days of the church. Wow. And then the church was more than 50% British for a lot of, as pioneers came over. And we often joke in the UK, there was a joke in the church that said, America may be the promised land, but we're the promised people. Because without us, the church would have died.
Yeah.
Without British converts, the church wouldn't have survived. It wouldn't have become what it was.
It's true. That's where our ancestry is largely from.
So,
yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, the oldest LDS meeting house in the world is in the UK. It's a place called Gadfield Elm. It was built before the Kirtland Temple.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, it was built by another group, and then all of them converted to the church apart from one. Wow. I wanted to do a video about who that one guy was, and I've never been able to find out who he is. Because that would be really interesting.
That would be super interesting.
But yeah, there's a meeting house in sort of rural England that was built by this group, and then they gave it to the church, and it's been owned by the church ever since, and it's been restored and whatever. But it's older than I think it's older than Kirtland by a couple of years. It's 1830s.
Wow.
So, yeah, there's a lot of church history in the UK. There's, the River Ribble where the first baptisms took place, and there was famously a race across a bridge to decide who would be the first person to be baptized.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
The first child, I did a video about this. There was the first child who was born into the church in the UK, a girl called Mary Smithies, which is really creepy because Heber C. Kimball held her in his arms and blessed her that she would one day become a mother in Zion. Mm-hmm. And then when she was 19, he married her as a plural wife. It's a bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy with the 2-week-old baby in his arms.
Oh my god!
So yeah, there's that going on in the church. But yeah, whole villages got cleared out to go to Utah.
Wow. Were there any who stayed and had descendants that are still there?
I think some of the oldest continuous congregation of the church is also in the UK, I think.
Oh wow.
Because some people did stay and had children and had children. So you have some families, they're not as many as here, but you have some families that are 7-8 generations of Latter-day Saints in the UK, like old time families that've been around. So yeah, the church has got a deep history in the UK, and we're very aware of it.
That's great. Very interesting. All right, so my last question before we get into our final segment. While we were talking about all this, did any Molly Mormon moments of yours come to mind?
No, I've given you chasing a guy down the street with a copy of the Book of Mormon.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And getting the missionaries into class. That's all I've got, I think.
Those are pretty good.
Yeah.
Those are pretty good.
Give you those.
Okay, so now, Nemo, if you could just give us some British words. If we went to the UK, if we went to England, and we heard people talking, we would be confused because we would not know these words.
Okay, cool.
I can't cheat.
Yeah. Do you know what quid means?
Cash. right?
Close.
Or dollar, or it's like a pound.
It's a
like
pound,
10 quid, 10 pounds, right?
Yeah, nice.
Okay.
Good job.
Thank you.
There is chuffed.
Chuffed?
Chuffed is like put off, yeah?
Chuffed is put off, we'll guess, over here.
Like maybe to like put someone, or to dismiss someone, maybe? I don't know.
No, if you're chuffed, you're happy.
Oh,
wait, really?
I'm absolutely chuffed, yeah.
Man,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I watched any of my answers come purely from the Love Island UK.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Okay, so if you were to leg it, what would you be doing?
I'm legging it. I want to say
fast.
you're walking somewhere instead of driving.
Going by leg.
No, you're
going by leg today.
Yeah, no, no. If you leg it, you're running away.
Okay.
Oh,
So, let's
like
leg
I'm
it.
gonna leg it out of here
Mhm.
or something.
We talked about drunkenness earlier.
Uh-huh.
This is just a fun fact rather than a guess. Any noun, if you add ed to the end, it's a phrase for being drunk.
Oh, that's so funny.
Like last night, I got absolutely candled.
Really?
Yeah, I got totally lampshaded.
Wait, I love that.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, whatever. Like
That's so funny.
I was completely saucepaned. Like I just trolleyed. Trolleyed is
kettled,
a common one.
trolleyed.
Kettled, plastered. Yeah.
That must be where plastered comes from because we use that one here as well.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
That's funny. I like that a lot.
If you throw a wobbly, what's happened?
Throw a wobbly?
Mhm.
Fail miserably.
These are so much harder than I thought. Throw a wobbly? What am I going to throw wobbly? I don't know. I have no guesses.
Okay, throwing a wobbly is like having a tantrum.
Oh, man.
Oh, okay.
Okay, what is bog roll?
Bog roll?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I thought I was going to do way better. This is so bad. A bog roll?
Yeah.
A bog roll.
Is it a...
It sounds like a roll from the bog.
Me when
like
I roll in when you
some
roll in a
type
bog.
of pastry. I don't know.
What?
Well, I'm thinking like a roll.
Yeah, no, bog roll is toilet paper.
Oh,
that's really funny.
Chuck us some bog roll. It's toilet paper.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you use that more often than toilet paper?
No, because I'm not uncouth, but
Is it like kind of a crude way
it's a
of
little
saying
bit of a
it?
crude saying it, yeah.
Oh, interesting. That's so funny.
And then do you know what the loo is?
The bathroom.
Yeah, the bathroom, yeah.
Yeah.
The restroom.
Yeah.
Interesting.
There you go.
Wow, thank you.
Well,
What's
we didn't
your
pass? And we didn't pass
we
with
didn't
flying
pass. We
colors.
probably got 10%.
Yeah, I didn't even keep count. I gave up on that.
Gave up on that after the third fail.
Yeah.
I forgot one of my questions. I was going to ask Nemo, what's your favorite piece of British media or literature? Do you have one? I know that's so hard.
Favorite piece of British media literature is... That is really difficult. The Hobbit. I really like The Hobbit.
Nice. Movie or book?
Book.
Nice.
The book.
That's a great answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are good.
Tolkien.
Yeah, I still need to read those.
Well, I went to Moon's Rare Books the other day, and with my accent, managed to talk my way into chatting to the owner, and he took me into the back room, and I got to see some first editions and stuff. It was really cool.
Oh, cool!
Yeah,
That's awesome.
We showed you some pictures, really cool stuff.
Yeah, well, I got to hold Hiram Smith's copy of the Book of Mormon, which was like pretty wild.
That's epic.
Yeah, and I assume you'll be making some content about that.
No, I feel bad because he didn't know who I was. So he's just like, this lovely British guy's come in.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, oh, actually, no, Satan himself was just in your store holding sacred artifacts. So, I'm not going to do that.
You're still a lovely British guy. So it's okay. Okay, so speaking of accents, now we are going to do our final segment where we're going to read Nemo's favorite scripture in our best British accent. And he is going to tell us how badly we did. Yes. And incidentally, Nemo, do you want to tell us what your favorite scripture is?
My favorite scripture is the one in 2 Kings where Elisha the prophet causes bears to kill children. It's just so funny.
It is super funny.
I don't know what that says about me, but it's just really funny.
Well, we think it's funny too because we did a whole episode on it.
Yeah, if you haven't listened to that, is that in our... It's like God's protein patties. Is that the one that has that in it?
Protein. Let me just.
There's another weird scripture in the Bible where God tells some prophet he has to make these weird patties out of some barley, and then he has to lay on his side for 40 days, and then lay on the other side for 30 days.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Yeah. These titles come to me directly from God, by the way.
Yeah.
So, God's protein-packed patties and other crazy Bible stories.
Nice.
So, if you haven't heard that episode yet, we dive into it there.
I'm very curious to know what this episode's going to be titled. Don't tell me. I will find out with the rest of you. But...
It will come to me in a dream, and then you'll find out in like 2 business days later.
Yeah, that's fine. That's what call it what you like.
Stella, do you want to read 2 Kings 2:24, and I'll read the verse before?
Yes.
Okay, here I go. And he went up from thence unto Bethel. And as he was going up by the way, there came forth little children out of the city, and mocked him, and said unto him, Go up, thou bald head. Go up, thou bald head.
Yeah.
Okay, rate mine, and then you'll rate Stella's.
Okay, out of 10?
Yeah.
It's like a 6.
Okay.
Like, it's not terrible. All the constituent parts are there, but the way that they've been combined just isn't quite.
It sounds awkward.
Yeah, it's no one accent. Do you know what I mean?
It's like a hodgepodge of like
bit.
different regions.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to work on my regionalness then. Okay.
Okay, guys.
What's your favorite British accent?
For a 2.
My favorite British accent.
Yeah, what's your favorite one?
I can't pick. That would be unfair.
You can pick your own though.
I don't have one.
Well, neither do I, apparently.
Yeah.
Okay, Stella, do yours.
Okay. And he turned back and looked on them and cursed them in the name of the Lord. And there came forth 2 she-bears out of the wood, and tare 42 children of them. Did you like how I said children? I tried to fit in all the accents that I do know and make them as confusing as possible.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That means you did lose to your sister on points.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're getting like a 4.
I lost it for the
4?
bit. And I was going for
Stella
a
got
2,
a 4.
so I'm actually not upset with a 4.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. All right.
Great. All right. Well, thank you so much, Nemo. This has been so much fun. We're so grateful that you were willing to come on our podcast and have some very loud laughters with us. Yours were a little bit quieter than ours, but that's okay.
This episode's going to be called Quiet Laughter with Nemo.
There we go. Very
good. Reserved British laughter.
British
chuckles.
British titillation.
British titillations with Nemo.
Yeah. I mean, that's going to be offering something people aren't going to get, but yeah. I've got to go see a Sphinx that looks like Joseph Smith.
Oh, the best.
Going to see the Sphinx?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
You will have a ton of fun then.
Yeah, you will.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Nemo. We will see you. Check out Nemo's channel on YouTube, Nemo the Mormon, right?
Yeah.
And everywhere you get your Mormon content creation. Okay, thanks, Nemo.
Fabulous. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.